Hi, everybody. Welcome to Family Yoga. My name's Laura, and this is my daughter, Molly. And we're going to do a class with you and your family. So everybody gather around and get ready. And if you need, at the end when we rest, because we'll rest for a few minutes at the end of class. So if you want to grab a pillow and a blanket that you can use for that time, so you're super, super cozy when we rest, go ahead and grab those now. So you'll have them later when we're finished with the class. Kind of think about bringing your attention, bringing your focus into the body a little bit more and letting go of all of that that's around you, all of that kind of outside noise that's always going on. We're going to let that go for a little bit and just tune in to what we call in yoga, center ourselves a bit before we start class. So the word yoga means yoke, which means like it's yoked together. It's the mind and body working together in this practice. So yoga doesn't just help your body be in shape and be healthier, it helps your mind do the same thing. So we're going to bring those together during our class today. And one way to really help bring the mind and body together is to think about your breathing. So we're going to start with the belly breath, which is my favorite breath to start with. So go ahead and open your eyes and take your hands and maybe put them underneath your belly or underneath your rib cage on your belly. And you can feel like the sides of the abdomen if you want, or just put them right there, but it should be above your belly button a little bit. And then you're going to imagine you have a balloon there, right? And when you take a breath in, that balloon's going to expand, like you're bringing air into the balloon. And when you exhale, it's going to deflate. So you'll feel your hands move as your belly expands when you breathe in and rest down when you breathe out. So let's keep our hands on the belly and just try that for a few breaths. We'll close our eyes again because that usually helps us feel the belly breath. It's a little bit easier with the eyes closed. And just try to feel your belly move. You inhale and it blows that balloon up full of air. And you exhale and it deflates that balloon all the way out. We'll inhale and fill it up. And exhale, it deflates. Let's do two more. Inhale and big breath in, fill that balloon up all the way. And exhale, let it deflate. Inhale, expand one last time. And exhale, let the hands rest on the belly. Let's keep our eyes closed. And we can continue to belly breathe, but we'll just keep it nice and passive, nice and relaxed. You might feel your hands move with the breath, but if you don't, that's okay. But let's bring our hands, keep the eyes closed, but bring the hands to the knees and feel your legs relax a little bit. Feel your shoulders rest down, making more space between your shoulders and your ears. Think about your spine growing taller and taller with each breath in. And then the legs and the shoulders, everything else can relax a little bit more with each breath out. All right, so we're just going to stay sitting nice and tall, and let's open our eyes, and we're going to take our hands together, and we're going to rub our hands together really, really fast. Rub, rub, rub. So we're creating a lot of heat, right? Super fast, so they get super, super warm. And then we're going to take our hands and close our eyes, put the hands over our eyes, and feel that warmth move into the eyes, into the forehead. Just let that warm up, like we're bringing energy right into our brain as we hold the hands here. And then let's bring the hands back together. We can open our eyes and rub them together again. Rub, 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 rub. Super warm, making a whole bunch of energy here. And then we're going to put our hands over our heart and feel that fill up with energy, yeah? Sometimes when we're in quarantine like we have been, when we're at home for a long time, my body gets a little like not very energetic, right? So we're sending some energy. We're going to wake stuff up a little bit for our practice today. Yes, I like that move. That's perfect. Perfect, perfect. All right, let's bring our hands to our side. And we're going to move and stretch the side a little bit. So we're going to inhale the one arm up and exhale and lean to the other side. Inhale back to center. Exhale, bring that hand to the floor. Inhale the other hand up. Exhale, lean to the side. Inhale, reach up as tall as you can. Exhale that hand to the floor. Yeah? Inhale, reach super tall. Exhale, lean. Inhale, reach. The spine gets taller. Exhale, bring it down. Is it going okay? Inhale, reach. Perfect. Exhale, stretch as far as you can. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down. Let's do one more on each side. Inhale, reach, super tall. Exhale, lean. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hand down. And last one. Inhale, reach, super tall. Exhale, lean to that side, really lean. Inhale, reach one last time. And exhale down to the floor. Good job, Moss. Excellent. Okay. Now we're going to move on to the floor for child's pose. So let's come on to the hands and knees. And for child's pose, we just sit back on our heels, and the knees are just a little bit wider, just a little space between the knees, and bring your forehead to the floor. So let your forehead rest all the way down. Let your whole body relax in child's pose. Let your hips rest down. You can take your hands wherever you want in child's pose. They can stay in front of you. You can bring them beside you. Or if you want to rest your forehead on your hands, sometimes that feels really good. But take some deep breaths in child's pose. And in child's pose, when you breathe in, your spine is still getting longer. So when you take a deep breath in, you're going to grow longer through the spine, right? And then when you exhale, you're going to let everything rest down towards the floor a little bit. Can you feel that, Molly? Yeah, like you get longer through the whole back. You create a whole bunch of space in the back of your body. When you exhale, you rest down. Now, if you need a break and you want to come into child's pose anytime during class, just come into child's pose and hang out. Anytime you want, it's totally fine. All right, so for now, let's lift up. Let's do cat-cow for a little bit. This is one of my favorites. So for cat-cow, you're going to be on the hands and knees. We're going to inhale and drop our belly down and roll our heart open. Look up just a little bit. And when you're ready, take a deep breath in. Exhale, move into cat pose. Arch your back, tuck your chin under. Inhale for cow, deep breath in. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, cow pose, stretch through the belly, stretch through the front of the body. Exhale, stretch through the back. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. And stretch like a cat. Super stretch. And then we're going to sit back again for child's pose, but this time we're going to do shark pose, shark fin, which I think is super fun. So you're going to be down on the floor like you would for child's pose, but you're going to bring your palms together and you're going to have your elbows on the floor instead of your arms. Let your forehead rest on the ground. And then with your palms together, bring the palms up overhead so the fingers in both hands point straight up to the ceiling, like a shark fin. Do you feel like a shark, Molly? Yes, totally. And then if you can walk your elbows forward just a little bit, you can stretch the shoulders a little more in shark pose. And we're still opening up so the back gets longer, more space in the back of the body. When we inhale, the front of the body just rests all the way down to the floor when we exhale. We're very relaxed sharks, very sleepy. Yep, so sleepy. All right, take a couple more breaths in our shark pose. Let's bring our hands back to the floor. We're going to lift back up all the way onto hands and knees again. And we're going to go into down dog. Down dog is one of my favorite yoga poses. So we're going to bring our hands to the front of the mat. Spread your fingers as wide as you can. And then tuck your toes under at the back of the mat. Lift your hips up and bend your knees. And you're going to push the floor away from you in down dog. And you can keep the knees bent while you push your hips up really high. And then maybe press your heels down one at a time, like you're walking that dog a little bit. Just going for a little walk, yeah? Just a happy little dog walk. Stretch the back of the legs out a little bit. Down dog helps to stretch all of those really long muscles in the body. Stretch it out. Come back to center and let the feet stay still, but push the hips up one more time. Push them, push them, push them. Perfect. And then we're going to walk our hands back to our feet. Yeah, so your feet stay still. Walk your hands back for a forward fold. Take a deep breath. Exhale, rest and forward fold. You want to think about your arms in forward fold like they're the trunk of an elephant, okay? So they're just going to hang out and swing. So you can move your hips from left to right. and let your trunk swing and swing from left to right. Nice and easy. Hang as loose as you can, just like an elephant. And then very slowly bring the trunk back to the center and roll all the way up. Go as slow as you can, like you're going in super duper, super slow motion. Oh, perfect. All right, so this is mountain pose. So we're gonna stand tall like a mountain, okay? Hands, the palms of the hands face forward and the shoulders rest down. And maybe close your eyes in mountain pose and take a couple deep breaths here. See if you can feel your belly breath in mountain pose. If you can't feel it, just put the hands over your belly like we did when we started class. And connect with that belly breath here for just a little bit. Take a few deep breaths here. Oh, like a mountain, like a really strong mountain. Perfect. We're going to inhale and sweep the hands up. So go ahead and open your eyes. Reach all the way up. Exhale, hands together like we did with the shark fin. Bend the knees and go back down to forward fold. This time, we're going to crawl the hands all the way forward to the front of the mat, and we're going to drop onto the knees and then on to the belly. Yay! Perfect. This is Sphinx pose. So have your elbows on the floor. You're going to be just under your shoulders. Yes, and if your low back feels a little scrunchy in Sphinx pose, pull your belly button in. You hold your belly button in away from the floor, and that's going to help it feel better. So hold that in a little bit if you need to. And then just roll the heart open, drop the shoulders down. Take a couple deep breaths here. If you can bring the toes together, the big toes together to touch, you can do that. And take a couple breaths. Perfect. Take a deep breath in and hold Sphinx pose. We're going to exhale and lower down. Bring your forehead to the floor. Just relax for a breath here. Perfect. We're going to move into cobra pose. So we're going to bring our hands under our shoulders this time. Elbows are up. And we're going to inhale and just lift the heart open. And if you want to push up on the hands, you can come into up dog. You can keep your knees down for up dog or lift them up if you're feeling crazy. If you don't want to lift them up, that's okay. Drop the knees, sit back towards your heels, lift into down dog. And stretch the hips a little. Push those hips up super high. Push that floor far away from you. Perfect. When you're ready, let's take a deep breath in and we're going to shift our weight forward. Come down onto the belly. Exhale. Inhale, you can come up for cobra or lift up into up dog. Drop the knees. Exhale, lean back. Come into down dog. Take a couple breaths in down dog. Push those hips up. Do you feel like a good down dog, Molly?
Yes.
You're doing great. When you're ready, take a deep breath in again and come forward with your body. Drop it down on the mat and exhale. Inhale, open the heart for cobra or up dog. Exhale, sit back and then lift the hips up for down dog. Let's do two more. Inhale, forward. Exhale, drop the body down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, sit back for down dog. Last one, inhale, forward. Drop the body down. Exhale. Inhale, cobra or up dog. This time, exhale back to child's pose. And stretch it out in child's pose. Remember, let the heart fall all the way down. Relax here in child's pose. Stay in child's pose for a few breaths and give your wrists a break. If you want to rotate your wrists, you can. Molly, in child's pose, kind of make circles with your wrists to help the hands feel better. All right, just a couple more breaths here. Nice and easy. Try to check in with your belly breath in child's pose. Sometimes when you're in child's pose, you can really feel the belly because it's resting on the legs a little bit. So can you feel that, Molly, when you take a breath in? Can you feel your belly push against your legs a little?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when you exhale, you can rest down. It's a good way to practice that, right? All right, let's go back to down dog. So when you're ready from child's pose, lift back into down dog. Take a couple breaths, maybe walk the dog out again if you want to. Take it for a little walk. Perfect. And then plant the feet down, walk the hands back to the feet. Hang like an elephant again. Let the trunk hang super loose. Rock the hips if you want. Let your arms drag on the ground like an elephant trunk would. Perfect. Hello. Come back to center and roll up. Nice and slow. All the way up and back to mountain pose where we stand forward. Doing good? Perfect. Take a couple breaths in your mountain pose. Nice and easy. We're going to swing arms a little. You know how I love this pose, right? But you might need to get a little bit, have a little space between you and your other members in the family that are doing yoga so that we make sure we don't hurt anyone. Have the feet a little bit wide. Yeah, make them a little wider. And we're just going to swing the arms and swing. And I like this one because you have to let your arms hang as loose as you can. Like they're just super duper floppy. They're the floppiest arms in the world. Just let them hang nice and loose. Molly, what's that game you play with your dad where the bodies are super floppy? Human fall flat. I don't know if anyone's ever seen that game, but they're so floppy and they just flop around. That's what we want to be like. Be super floppy. Just a couple more. Good job. Excellent floppy time. All right, and then roll back to center. We're gonna inhale and we'll reach up. So inhale, reach up nice and tall. Exhale, come back to forward fold. Crawl the fingers forward and come onto the knees. And we're gonna bring our right foot to the front of the mat. And we're gonna lift up for a happy crescent lunge. So with crescent lunge, the heart rolls open. So we're gonna keep the left knee down for now. Press down through that heel and that right foot and bring the hands to the heart. And if you want to open the heart a little bit more, if you feel steady, you can bring the arms out to the side like cactus arms.
I can't really do that.
Yeah. It's really a lot of balancing here. And Molly, I'll come forward so they can see you a little better. It's a lot of balancing when you're in lunge. So if you open the arms up and you feel kind of wobbly, just bring the hands back to the heart. You can be anywhere you want in the pose. Everybody's different. So you pick the spot that works best for you right now. Some days you might feel less wobbly than other days, right? Okay, let's bring our hands to the floor. We're gonna have one hand on each side of the mat, on each side of that right foot. Then we're gonna lift the left knee up. So we're on the tiptoes in that left foot. Perfect, now drop your hips down. Press through your left foot. Take a couple breaths, maybe rock back and forth a little. Excellent job. All right, bring both hands to the floor and bring that right foot back to down dog. Take a couple breaths and push your hips up nice and high. Good job, Molly. Maybe bend the knees a little and push the hips up higher, like you're pushing your tailbone, like you have a tail back there, just like a dog would, and you're pushing your tail way up to the sky, as far as you can go. All right, let's bring the knees to the floor again, and this time we're gonna bring the left foot to the front of the mat and come up to center, and we're gonna keep the right knee down on the ground. Bring the hands to the heart. One thing that can help you if you feel kind of wobbly is pick something to focus your eyes on. That'll kind of help, doesn't it? It helps so you don't feel like you're gonna fall over. So maybe pick something to focus on and try to pay attention to your belly breath. When we do yoga exercises, we're using our breath to keep our mind and our body calm. That belly breath helps calm everything down. So our body's working on doing different things, but our breath is keeping us calm and stable. If you want to bring the arms out to open the heart a little more, you can. And if that's not for you today, that's okay. Try to breathe with the belly. Let your shoulders relax. All right, let's do the other one. Let's bring the hands down so they're on either side of our left foot, and then lift the right knee up. Press through that right heel. You're on your tippy toes. Take a couple breaths here. You might want to rock forward and backwards. I think that's kind of fun. Do you like that, Molly?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think rocking back and forth is kind of fun with this one. But if you don't like it, that's okay. You don't have to do it that way. That's fine. Perfect. All right. When you're ready, this time we're going to jump the right foot forward. So maybe take a couple steps. Bring your right foot to the front of the mat. We're going to hang out on forward fold this time and hold on to our elbows. So grab your elbows and let your head hang really loose. And breathe. Think about exhaling. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Let your body drop down even further. Inhale. Exhale. Perfect. We're going to bend the knees a little. This time, swing the arms to the side and reach all the way up as we lift. Hands come to the heart. Drop the arms down. How you doing, Molly?
I'm good.
Perfect. Good. we're going to do one of my favorite balancing poses ever, and it's frog pose, and I love it. I know it's super fun. So, and if you want to, there's different variations of frog pose. So the thing you want to remember, just like we did in our lunge, is that you balance. If you feel like, whoa, whoa, you're everywhere and you're not very balanced, just do, I'll show you some things you can do so you feel nice and stable the whole time, okay? All right, so Molly, you can come up beside me on the mat if you want to. You're gonna have your feet kind of wide and the toes are gonna point out at an angle a little bit. Yeah, so toes point out, yeah, perfect. Bring your hands to the floor in front of you and you're gonna squat down and come up on your tippy toes. Yeah, so you might have to move the feet in closer if you want. Like I had to crawl my feet in quite a bit closer. Yeah, find a spot that feels comfortable. So if you're on your tiptoes, it feels okay. Does that feel better? Yeah, you can keep your fingertips on the floor. See how we look like a frog? And you feel like a frog? Yeah. You can keep your fingertips on the floor. Or if you want to be a Zen frog, you can bring your hands to the heart. But see how it's kind of a lot of balance, right? Are you doing okay? If you feel like you're going to fall over,
I'm a wobbly frog.
You're a wobbly frog, but that's okay. I'm here to help. So you can bring your little frog hands down in front of you if you want to. Frog hand thingies, exactly. The scientific term. Frog hand thingies can be right in front of you here, and that's okay. Now, we're going to hop, okay? So we're going to hop and just stand. Yeah, you do. We're going to hop and just stand straight up. So when you're ready, go whoop, and then come back down to frog pose. Let's do it again. Whoop, and then come back down. Let's do two more. Whoop, hop, and then come back down. Last one, we're going to super hop. Are you ready? Super hop. Yay! Good job. Excellent frog pose. And then we're going to come back down. And this time, we're going to crawl the feet out a little so we can bring our heels to the floor. And you're going to sit back. So your hips are going to sit back closer to the ground. Bring your hands. Yeah. You might fall over in this one too. The thing you want to remember in yoga is when you fall over, that's totally fine. Just get back up. That's cool. Just get back up. So if you push your elbows into the inside of your knees, it will help. And you push your knees in. See how it keeps you steady, right? Perfect. This is prayer squat. Take a couple breaths in prayer squat. You're doing it. You're doing great. All right. And then when you're ready, bring your hands down. Bring your hands behind you and sit back on your tush. Perfect. And lean forward. Yay! Excellent job. All right. We're going to do a couple poses here on the floor. So this one it's boat pose, but we're going to row our boat a little bit. Isn't that exciting? Yeah, she's excited. I can tell. Yeah. So we're going to turn. We'll turn sideways just a little bit at an angle. Yeah. So whatever you do in boat pose at home, just try not to kick your neighbor here in yoga. Yeah, that's perfect. Now, when we're in boat pose, you're going to find a balancing spot on your sit bones. So kind of find that spot where you feel like you can balance for a little bit. You can hang on to the tops of your knees, or I like to hang on to the back, right? It's a little bit easier. And then when you're ready, remember how we pulled our belly button in towards our spine when we were in cobra pose? You pull the belly button in a little. We're going to pull that in a little bit, but we're going to keep belly breathing. We're going to hold the belly button in and lean back. Come onto the tiptoes with your boat. Now, when you lean back, try not to round. Try to lift your heart. Good job, Molly. Perfect. And then if you want, you can lift your feet up, or you can keep your toes on the floor. Yeah, the feet up can be fun. And then if you want to row your boat, you can row, 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 row. So move your knees from left to right and row on the other side. You can put your toes down to row. Yeah. Toes on the floor is probably easier when you row your boat.
I can't row my boat with my knees.
Yeah, just do the best. Just row your boat the best you can. The knees go from left to right to get out of your way. All right, and then come back to center, feet on the floor. Hands come behind us, and you can come onto your fingertips. Roll your shoulder blades together and open your heart. You can be on your fingertips or your palms can be down. But roll your heart open. Maybe rock back and forth a little. Excellent boat job, Molly. Very nice rowing of the boat. Thank you. Just roll the heart open one more time. Maybe look up and let the head fall back. Perfect. Take a happy, deep breath in when you're ready. And then come back to center. We're gonna do a little twist here. So let's put our left leg out in front of us on the floor, and we're gonna pull our right knee in like we're giving our right knee a hug. Squeeze it in. Yeah, hugs are good. And we're gonna take our left hand and hold on to our right knee with it. Yeah, so your left hand, yeah, perfect. And then bring your right hand behind you on the floor and twist open. Maybe try to look at the wall behind you if you can. Twist like a pretzel. Do you feel twisty? Very good. Super twisty. Excellent job. And let's come back to center. Let's twist on the other. Well, first, before we twist on the other side, I want to do a pose called Cradle the Baby. Yeah, have you heard this one before? It's super fun. So we're going to pretend like our right leg is a baby. It's a really nice baby. And we're going to hold it. So you're going to take your right foot and hold it, put it in your left elbow. So you're holding that. We're going to take our right elbow and hook it around our right knee. And then we're going to rock the baby. Oh, it's a good baby, right? Cradle the baby. Good job, Molly. This is a balancing one too, isn't it? Yeah. Try to sit up as tall as you can. When we started class and we would take an inhale and our spine would get super long, we want to do that here too as we rock the baby. Perfect job. All right, let's gently bring that baby down, drop that right foot down, and we're going to stretch the right leg out. Hug your left knee in like you're giving your left knee a big, big hug. Hold on to your left knee with your right hand. Bring your left hand behind you and twist in the opposite direction. Look back to that wall behind you. If that feels okay, try to sit up really tall. Take a deep breath in and get taller in your spine. Exhale, twist a little more. Get super duper twisty. Nice deep belly breaths when we twist. Perfect. And then come back to center. Let's rock this baby too. We don't want it to feel left out, right? So take your left foot, put it inside the elbow in your right arm, and hold that knee with the left hand, and then rock that baby. Rock the baby. Good job, Molly. And sit up as tall as you can. Try to keep your heart kind of open when you rock the baby. Make sure you're breathing. This is really, really good for posture. Rocking the baby is a good one. Perfect job. All right, just a couple more rocks. Excellent. And then we'll bring the hands back, the legs back down, the hands down. Perfect. Let's do a little forward fold and see if we can touch our toes. Roll to the front of your sit bones a little bit, right? With both legs in front of you. And then inhale and reach up, get as tall as you can, super tall. And exhale, lean down and see if you can hold your toes. If you can't, that's okay. Some people have longer legs and longer arms or shorter arms and shorter legs. Everybody's very different. So if you can't reach your toes, that's cool. Just grab wherever you can reach. Yeah. And then let your head hang loose. And breathe. Breathe and forward fold. Stretching the back of the legs a little bit. This is really important if we sit a lot, which a lot of people do during the day, whether they're at work or at school. We can sit for long, long periods of time. So this helps us stretch that out a little bit. Do you like forward fold? Good job. All right. All right, when you're ready, let's inhale and reach all the way up again. Super tall. Exhale, bring those hands down. Excellent. This is staff pose. So staff pose is another pose that helps you with posture. So if you feel like it's hard to sit up straight, sit on a pillow. So Molly, I'm going to have you sit on the pillow for staff pose. Yeah, it lifts your hips up a little bit higher, and then it's a little bit easier to sit up tall, right? Yeah. And maybe lean to the front of the, sit a little bit forward on the pillow, Molly. Scooch forward a little. Yeah, other way. There you go. Perfect. And then sit up really tall. Hands come beside us on the floor for staff pose. Molly, good job. And breathe. We're tall like a staff. Excellent. Let the legs relax. Take a couple more breaths here. I think we should do butterfly pose. Yeah, butterfly pose is good. So bring the legs back in. If you're sitting on a pillow and you want to stay on it, you can. And if you don't, get rid of it. That's cool too. But you can come up here. You want to come up by me for butterfly? Now, same thing with butterfly. You bring the soles of the feet together, but we're going to roll into the front of the sit bones like we did for forward fold, right? And then when you're ready, let your heart lead the way. Take a deep breath in and sit up as tall as you can. Good job. Good job. Exhale, let your heart lead the way. Your heart heads down towards your feet. And then when you feel like, yeah, that's as far as I want to go, let your head hang really loose. And breathe. Most of the time in yoga, when we exhale, we're relaxing a little more. We're releasing into the pose a little bit deeper. We're letting go of things a little bit more. And when I breathe in yoga, I like to imagine that I'm breathing in some peace and calm, some happiness, some joy. With each breath in, I take in a little bit more of those wonderful, fun things. And with each breath out, I let go of anything I don't need. A little bit more with each exhale. Perfect. Just a couple more breaths in butterfly. All right. We're going to slowly roll up. Take your time. Oh, that felt good, right? Love butterfly pose. Okay, we're going to do this pose. It's called rock and roll. It's super fun. And we're going to roll on our back. So you'll have to go over to your mat and make sure you have room because we're going to roll forward and backwards. You want to make sure you have room. And the thing is, when you roll back, we only go to the shoulders. We're going to stay off the neck and the head, okay? But we're going to hold on to our legs. You can grab the tops of the knees is probably better. And we're just going to roll back and then up. Yeah, rock and roll. Yay. Rock and roll. Perfect. This one's really fun, isn't it? I love rock and roll. Now, I have a trick for you. Do you want to try it? When you come back up, try not to let your feet touch the floor. See if you can stay stable, okay? So you'll roll back, and then when you come up, whoa, don't let your feet touch, and then roll back and come up, whoa. It's like the floor's lava. Don't let your feet touch. Roll back, up. You're good at this, Molly. Good job. Let's do two more. Rock and roll. Oh, that was close. My feet almost touched. Last one. Perfect. And then roll back and just stay down and squeeze your knees into your chest and maybe roll from side to side this time. Give yourself a little hug. Excellent job. Good job rocking and rolling. Give me 5. Excellent. Okay, let's drop those feet to the floor. We're going to do bridge pose. So crawl your feet a little bit closer to your hips, right? So they're a little bit closer. And watch your knees, because sometimes when we lift up into bridge pose, the knees go way out to the side. So keep them in towards the center. Hands are palms face down, hands beside you. And then we're going to take a deep breath in and lift the hips up. And keep breathing, but keep the hips lifted up. Let your neck relax. Press your elbows down into the floor. Good job, Molly. See if you can see your belly breath. See if you can see your belly lift when you inhale and fall back down when you exhale. Perfect. Drop the hips down nice and slow. Bring the knees to the chest. Give yourself a hug again. Nice big hug. Think of something you love about yourself, something wonderful. Maybe you're a great artist. Maybe you're a great friend. Maybe you're really good at giving hugs. Molly is one of the best hug givers I've ever met. Yay. She's very good. All right, let's do bridge pose one more time. So bring the feet down, crawl them close to the hips, palms face down, lift the hips up, and breathe. Try to push your hips up as high as you can and keep breathing. Try to stay calm while your legs are working. Excellent job. And then let's lower back down nice and slow again. Hug the knees into the chest. One last time. Squeeze them in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And let's bring the feet down to the floor. We're going to do Molly's favorite pose lately, the leg lift. Right? Yes, it's a good one. So for leg lifts, you can either keep the hands at your side like we did in bridge pose, or if you want, you can have your hands underneath your bottom. So you can lift your hips up and put your hands underneath. Palms still face down. I like it this way a little bit better because it helps my low back relax a little bit more, but it's up to you. We're going to pull the belly button in towards the spine and we're going to tuck it in. It's going to stay tucked in the whole time, okay? And then we're going to lift the legs up to the sky and just point the legs up. If you have to bend the knees, that's okay. They don't have to be straight, that's fine. Belly button is pulled in and we're just going to slowly lower our legs down to the floor. Go as slow as you can. Again, like slow motion. Super, super slow. And then when your feet touch the ground, lift them up and go as slow as you can. Super slow motion. Molly, very good.
Sorry, I'm not doing that slow motion.
That's okay. You just do as slow as you can. Let's do it again. Try to lower them down as slow as you can. Super slow. It's like a race to see who can get there last. The opposite race, right? And then when your feet touch the ground, lift them up. Nice and slow. Let's do one more. You feel like one more? Last one. And this time, Molly, go slower. Can you go slower? We can do it. Okay, slowly lower down. Super slow. Take your time. Go a little bit slower. Molly, you're doing such a good job. And last time, lift them up as slow as you can. Super duper duper slow. Oh, we did it. Release those hands out. Squeeze the knees into the chest again. Give yourself another big, big, giant hug. Good job, Molly. That was wonderful. We're going to do a resting butterfly. So this is butterfly pose, but we're going to stay lying on our back. So you're going to bring the soles of your feet together again and hold on to your knees, however you want to. And just think about bringing the knees back towards you a little bit and kind of down towards the floor. And if you like holding onto the knees, you can keep holding. If you can reach your feet and hold onto your ankles, you can do that too. See, that kind of, yeah, if you can hold on to the feet or the ankles, that's perfect because you can feel that stretch a little more when you do it that way. And you can rock back and forth here a little bit if you want to. See how you feel. Just letting the hips relax and open up a little bit while we hold butterfly. This is a nice, really sleepy butterfly, right? I'm sure butterflies take naps and stuff too. So this is a napping butterfly. Let it rest. If this is a good stretch and you want to stay in your resting butterfly, you can. If you want to do happy baby, you can take the peace fingers, the first two fingers in your hands, and grab your big toes. Bring your feet out to the side and pull the feet down, kind of like you're gently, gently drawing the feet and the knees down towards the floor. This is a bigger stretch for the inside of the hip. So if that feels okay, do that. If you don't like it, just go back to your resting butterfly. You get to pick. Whatever you want to do is fine. And you know how babies, when they do this, they roll back and forth. They roll back and forth. Yep, it's nice. You can do that too. Sometimes babies try to eat their feet, but I don't think we'll do that in class today. No, okay, we won't do that in class today. We'll just roll back and forth. Perfect. Come back to the center. Hold whichever pose you're in. Take a couple more breaths. Bring the feet together if they're apart. Bring the feet back down to the floor. Let your whole back rest a little bit into the ground. We're going to do one last little stretch before we do our Shavasana. So let's bring the knees back into the chest and we're going to hold them together a little bit. And then when you're ready, bring both knees, both legs together down to your right side. You can hold on to your legs with that right hand if you want, and then reach out to the left side with your left hand. Perfect. And you should feel a little twist. It's going to twist in the spine. You might feel it in your hip a bit. If you want to look over to your left hand, you can stretch the neck a little bit more. But just close your eyes while we stretch and breathe. This is a really nice belly twist. We do belly twists in yoga to help the spine loosen up and relax, but it's also really good for digestion. So if you are having any problems or you have a tummy ache or anything like that, belly twists help that to feel better. They're really good for that. See if you can feel your belly breath while we rest here in the belly twist. Try to take some nice deep breaths while we let the whole spine unwind and we let the belly relax a little bit deeper. Perfect. Let's slowly bring the legs back to center. And we're going to twist to the other side. So hug the knees into your chest. Bring both knees down to your left side. Reach out to your right side with your right hand. And you can hold on to the knees with your left hand if you want to. Good job, Molly. And if you want to look to your right hand, stretch a little bit deeper, you can do that if you want to. Let's close our eyes and try to relax again with each breath out. We let go and unwind a little bit more. We let the belly relax. We let the spine unwind. We're thinking about letting the whole body rest down into the floor a little bit. With each breath out, we can let go a little deeper. We can rest down a little bit more. Perfect. Let's slowly bring those knees back to the center. Let's squeeze our knees into our chest one more time, Molly. Give yourself a big hug. Big, big hug. And now we're going to get ready for Shavasana. And you can bring your feet to the floor and just rest for a little bit. And sometimes if you keep your knees bent and the feet on the ground, it lets your spine relax a little more. So maybe stay here for a while with the knees bent and see how that feels. And just rest. When you're ready, if you want to stretch your legs out, if you feel like your back is ready, you can stretch your legs out and let your feet fall wide. Let your whole body rest into the ground. Now is a good time to grab your blanket and your pillow. So I'm going to get one for Molly here. Yes. And you want to be as cozy as you can be in Shavasana. So go ahead and lie down, Molly. And it's nice to have a blanket and a pillow so that you can really relax, right? Just like Molly. You want to get as relaxed as you can. And if you want to, you can cuddle your parents or your siblings. Everyone can cuddle in Shavasana. Sometimes cuddling feels really good. I like to call it cuddleasana instead of Shavasana. But Shavasana just means it's that time in class when we let the whole body relax. We've done all of our poses, and so everything's a little more balanced. The muscles are more balanced and the body feels better. And we're letting the whole body relax as much as it can because we're going to let our brain take a little break here. So with our eyes closed, we're going to think about just letting everything rest into the floor a little bit deeper. And when we started class, we talked about using our breath to bring that mind and body connection together. We're going to do the same thing here in Shavasana. So think about your belly breath. See if you can feel the belly lift and lower, just like we did when we were sitting. It would expand when we breathe in and rest down when we breathe out. So you can try that and just keep it really passive. If you don't feel the belly breath, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. You'll get used to it after a while. Sometimes it takes a few times of practicing the belly breath before you really notice it. But that's okay. It's okay if you don't feel it. We're just thinking about relaxing so our mind can take a break. And I'm going to read a guided meditation today to kind of help us ease into Shavasana a little bit better. So just keep your eyes closed, relax as much as you can. And I'm going to read this to help us while we rest here. So as we take a nice deep breath in with our eyes closed, we're going to allow our tummy to fill up like a balloon. And then exhale nice and slow, really slowly exhale. Do this a few times to really relax your whole body completely. Good. Now your body begins to feel deeply relaxed and it sinks down further and further into the floor, into your mat. Your legs begin to feel very heavy. Your arms begin to feel heavy and relaxed. You enjoy every moment as your body continues to relax with each word. Now, as your body relaxes, imagine that you're a beautiful butterfly fluttering high in the sky. Maybe pick the color of your butterfly. Really visualize what your butterfly will look like. Maybe it has spots or lines or any kind of design on it that you want. You can see the lovely green valley down below you as you fly through the air. And it's full of lots of colorful flowers. You can feel the wind blow against your delicate wings. And as the wind blows and touches your wings, it gently blows away any worries, any stress that you feel. And as it blows away all those things that you don't need, feel how wonderful it is to be free of all of that. Your mind is clear and calm, and you've left any worries far, far behind you now. You are completely peaceful, and you are beautiful as you allow your true happiness to shine through. Feel as the sun touches your body and it warms you up nice and warm. The big puffy clouds floating in the sky remind you how relaxed and calm you can be whenever you want, just by thinking about it. The earth is a patchwork of color, and you enjoy each moment here, gliding along, feeling so joyful and peaceful. You spread your wings wide in a huge, huge stretch. It feels so good as you stretch. Your body is calm. Your mind is calm. And just keep flying around while we rest here for a bit. Think about exploring all the things around you, all the things you might see that you might fly over. And we're just going to rest here, imagining our butterfly flying through the air for just a little bit. And I'll let you know when we're done. We'll keep our eyes closed. And as we picture our butterfly flying through the air, start to see your butterfly slowly, slowly descending down, down closer to the earth until it lands on a flower. And anytime you need to imagine you're this butterfly, anytime you need to fly through the air so you feel free and so that wind can sweep away any worries or stress that you have, you can always come back to picturing this. And your butterfly is always waiting here on this flower for you, ready to take off anytime you need to. Let's keep our eyes closed just a bit longer. And we're going to slowly reach our arms overhead as we rest on the floor. Just reach them overhead and let them rest on the ground. And when you're ready for your next deep breath in, stretch through your fingers and stretch through your toes. Deep breath in. And then exhale and rest all the way down. We'll do that again. Inhale and stretch through your fingers and toes. And exhale, rest. One last time. Inhale, stretchy, stretch, stretch, super stretch. And exhale, relax all the way down. And we can bring our arms back to our side. Perfect. The eyes can stay closed, and we're going to gently slide one foot at a time back to the floor so the knees are bent. And take a few breaths here. We're going to keep our body really peaceful and relaxed, even though we start to move it again. You can stay really peaceful while it moves. Let's roll on to our right side, or any side is fine. We're going to lie on our side for a few breaths too, with the eyes still closed and still staying very peaceful. Think about how clear and calm your mind is now that you finished with your yoga. And we can tell ourselves, I am peaceful and I am calm. And I'm ready for a wonderful adventure today, whatever the rest of this day brings. Let's go ahead and open our eyes and slowly push up so you're seated one more time. Just take your time. Did that feel pretty peaceful, Mom? Yeah. What color was your butterfly?
Like a brown orange color.
Oh, brown and orange. Those are some of my favorite butterflies. Those are so pretty. Let's just sit with our legs crossed one more time for just a little bit. And we're going to take their hands again and we're going to rub them together like we did when we started class. Rub them together. Yes. Make them warm, 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 nice and warm. And let's put them over our heart again. And thank our heart for practice today. Thank our heart for helping us with that peace and that calm. Good job, heart. Very good. Good job, body. And then we're going to rub our hands together again. Super duper warm. You're very good at that.
Thank you.
Yes. Rub, 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 rub. And then close your eyes and put your hands over the eyes again. Sending that warmth and that heat and that love into the eyes and the forehead, right into your brain, right into your mind. Take a couple deep breaths. Let's keep our eyes closed, but bring our hands together at our heart. And just think about keeping this peace and calm with you. And there are always going to be times during the day where we don't feel peaceful and we don't feel calm. We might be pretty irritated or frustrated or angry, and that's okay. But if you can take some time, you can come back to this. Maybe take a little time in your room or outside if you have space. Let your butterfly fly a little bit, and you can come back to this peaceful state then when you're ready. I want to thank everyone for practicing with us today. You guys did such a great job, and namaste, everybody.